Well, everybody, welcome back to Creating, and today we're gonna have a massive problem to solve. You see, as I keep expanding my little factory over here, I keep running into issues. More specifically, the lack of resources. As you guys can see from this chest, there's literally zero iron. Yes, I do have a little bit of an iron farm, I guess, over here, but this is not fast enough. But yes, there is a solution to our problems. And I think I might just fly over there because I'm in love with this. This is so cool. Well, I don't have to fly far to reach this little bit of an area over here, which has a very fast Enderman. And what do I actually have over here? I have this. I have a 100% chalcopyrite sample from immersive engineering. Now, what is this? Well, this is basically an area in the overworld that actually has an ore deposit of copper and iron. And I do believe, if I go ahead and pick this bad boy up, yes, it also gives us cobblestone and a couple of deep slate and gravel and sulfur. So we can get all of these items from here. And to help us figure out that problem, yes, we're gonna take another page out of Satisfactory. And our solution comes from the miners from Satisfactory. As you can see, this bad boy is out here just mining coal and just giving us a huge amount of resources. And then the coal gets transported into the factory with along all the other resources. It just does, well, the items I tell them to. So with all that Satisfactory machinery going on, of course I have ideas to what I can do over here. Now, you see, if you're strictly using Create, there isn't a very good solution to the problem that closely resembles what we have in Satisfactory. But that's where immersive engineering comes in. You see, if you take a look at all the immersive engineering machinery, there's a lot of machines down here that we can take advantage of. And of course, I'm talking about the amazing excavator. Now, this bad boy is very, very expensive, but I do have everything. But it also requires tons and tons and tons of power to run. And I do not have a lot of power. But I can have a little bit of power and slowly make the machine work, and then we'll slowly start to getting more resources, and then we can focus on bigger power generations later. Of course, the excavator cannot be put anywhere like random, or well, I guess you can technically say it could, but you want to know exactly where you're putting your excavator. And this is how I got my hands into this. This is a core sample. The core sample comes from the core sample drill. Pretty simple. You just plug this bad boy wherever you want it to be, and then you just give it power. And then you just right click it, it's gonna work, and it's gonna give you one of these samples and tell you what resources there are in the world. Alternatively, you can also use the mineral survey tools, which basically just go anywhere you want, and you just right click on the floor. And yep, as you can see, it tells me there's a chalcopyrite veins 10 steps to the east, which is right around here, which is exactly where I'm going to put my excavator. And you can just go around your world, just completely putting every single area of the map with something. And that's kind of what I've been doing. If I take a look at my waypoints over here, I found a couple ones. I found a bit coal one, and I have this one, and then I think I can actually get a map for one of my villagers to give me a uraninite one. So this is the structure. You just follow your engineer's book to replicate this as is, and then you just right click the middle, and you're gonna have the bucket wheel. Yes, I know this is invisible. It's because of the shaders. For some reason it just turns invisible, but it is working. So we just do this bad boy, and boom, we made ourselves an excavator. Now the problem here is going to be, well, power, of course. That's why I got some of these steel posts. Hopefully they can help a little bit with this little bit of an issue. Now, I don't have a lot to generate power. What I have to generate power is these thermoelectric generators, a few blocks of blue ice, and a block of uranium. Now, how is this gonna work? Now, basically, what you want to do is, of course, grab yourself a relay. And you want to put it like here, and then I'm gonna put another relay all the way over here. And I'm just gonna hook this bad boy up. I'm gonna use LV wires because I ain't got nothing else. And of course, that's not gonna connect because, okay. Well, let's just put that one like that, and we're gonna bring that one over here. And now this is where the fun part begins. So basically, I'm just gonna bring in this bad boy here. I'm gonna lay it down there, and then we're gonna put 4 thermal generators around it, and then we're gonna put blue ice at the edge of everything. And hopefully I can connect all of these ones into there. And after I've done this, you can see we have power on the excavator. Now, to show you guys that this guy is working, and I'm just gonna turn off the shaders real quick, and you can see it's trying. It's trying its best to rotate, as you guys can see, because this guy, when it's fully powered on, consumes 4,096 FE per tick. We are generating 21. Yeah, that's not a lot. We're 21, 41, 42, 80. We're doing 84. We need 4,000. So you can see the difference, right? That's not a lot. But if we just go ahead and claim this chunk and make it chunk loaded, this guy will hopefully eventually, whenever it kind of feels like, gonna give me some resources. Oh, and don't forget to actually give it some storage, of course. But this now officially brings us to another problem, and that is power. There's a couple of solutions here. One of those being through create. So there's actually this really cool block here, which is the alternator. And this bad boy is going to convert stress units into electricity, which means we can technically use this to power that, well, excavator. So for example, if you want to go crazy, we can just grab a bunch of these bad boys over here and make a lot of stress units. And to get all of this power, all we need is to put a large cogwheel over here and then put a rotation speed controller here. Hopefully, we do this and we turn this bad boy to like 64. We have power. Guess what? This is already giving more power than this. Okay. But can we turn it to like 128? 128 is too much. We just need to fine tune this to as much as like the maximum output we can put. Okay, that's too much. That's too much. That's still okay. Okay, 112 is the maximum, which is 157 FE per tick. And then all we need to do is just connect LV wire from there all the way to here. And this one's already connected there, which means this guy should be getting a lot more power. And we already have, I can't even speak, man. We already have one single copper ore. But you know, this is not the best solution. This is not the prettiest solution at the moment because our power generation is hideous. But this is a passive income of copper and iron, and I guess dirt. No, the dirt was from there, so the dirt doesn't count. But sulfur, which I don't really know what we could do. I guess we could make gunpowder with it. We could put it into garden cloches. Or yeah, we can put it into garden cloches to just speed up the process of several other things. So this is actually pretty cool. But that just means now I need to process that copper ore, and I could just cook it right over here, just dump it down here, and then it would get cooked. But I think we have a better option, don't we? Enter crushing wheels. As you can see, if we put a single copper ore into a crushing wheel, we're gonna get crushed raw copper with a 25% chance of getting 6 instead of only 5. We're gonna get nuggets of experience, and we're also gonna have a little bit of cobblestone. Now, we can also use the crusher from immersive engineering, but as you can see, this guy gives us gold as a side product, but only gives us 2 copper. Now, there's some recipes or some ores that you might want to use the crusher instead. For example, for iron, you got 2 iron grit and nickel. But if you put it in a crusher, you only have 1 guarantee and 75% a second one. But this bad boy also uses a ton of power, and as we've seen already, there's not a lot of power going around at my base, so yeah, we just gonna have to go with this one instead. And so here we have our little crushing and cooking area, a little bit revamped. Well, I come here and I deposit any ores I might have, then they will get crushed. Now, automatically, if they give me nuggets of experience and cobblestone and maybe even deep slate, so that's why I'm just holding this drawer right here. And then all the items will come through there and will enter this chest. Now, if anything gets into this chest, it can then be put to smelt. How did I do that? I have this filter over here that basically adds anything that can be smelted in a blast furnace, then that anything can then go on over here and be smelted, like that raw copper ore that's right there. Well, it all came from there, and then it will just loop around and come over this chest. Now it has all the ingots that I already have smelted prior to this, and now it's just getting the new ones as well. Now this means that after a little bit of a mining trip down to the mines, we can just toss in silk touched ores into here, and then we'll eventually get what we want out of these. Now you might be wondering, why am I not just using the fortune pickaxe and getting, well, just more stuff in general? And that is a very good question. You see, I want to automate stuff. If I want to automate stuff, that means I don't want to be down in the mines mining. So I'm already hooking up my systems so that I have easy access to all the ores that my excavators are going to produce. If I don't yet have a factory to deal with all of these resources, I can just go there manually, pick the ores up and put it into here, and then they will just give me the ores. And then might wonder, well, if you're doing all of that automation, why don't you just add in the washing automation as well? Because you see, some of these crushed versions, they do actually, I believe all of them, if not, I believe actually maybe all of them can be washed, and then they will give you the nugget form, and you don't really have to cook them. Instead of having this lava here, I'll just put water and then I'll just wash the products, and then I'll get the resources out of here. But the reason I don't do that is that some of them have byproducts, and even though I'm putting into a chest right now, I want to have a better automation for that later, when I just put directly into drawers or compacting drawers, and that's a lot more organized. That requires a lot of resources that I don't yet have. But at the beginning of the video, I said I wanted a lot of iron, lots and lots and lots of it. Well, you see, I kind of, one of the mod packs that I have into here adds these bad boys, these local metal stuff. Now, these look amazing. They're mostly for decorations, I believe. For boilers and, well, tons and tons of other things. But I want to use them for decoration because why not, right? And they look pretty cool, and there's a lot of cool things we can do with all of these variants, because we can encase them with brass, copper, iron, and maybe even steel. I think I have some steel somewhere, I don't remember very well. But yeah, there's a lot of different things we can do with this. The thing is, one of those is actually made of iron blocks, straight up iron blocks. You see, this is how we get our hands in, well, that particular block. So we have this with 2 stacks of iron. We only got a stack in 48. That's not very good. Yeah, that's not very good, but what can we do with this? Well, we can put it into several different shapes. More importantly, we can encase them with other, like, things, and we can do a very cool like decoration for walls and ceilings and all those things. And that's what I want to use on all of my factories. So I need a lot of iron. Of course, it couldn't be a video without me just adding a couple mods in, of course, because I keep wanting to add some few things to make the mod pack a lot better. And well, this time it was Engineer's Decor, which someone actually made a port for 1.20, even though this is not the official version, someone made a port for it, and I'm very glad they did. Then I also added create diesel generators, and these are gonna be very, very handy when I need tons and tons of power. And then I added create the factory must grow. And this is probably the one mod that I've always been looking for, and here it is. Because one of my favorite mods of all time is immersive engineering, immersive petroleum. But that mod stopped updating on 1.19, sadly. But lo and behold, we have created the factory must grow, and this bad boy is amazing. It also has its own engines, as you can probably see from here. They should work like similar to boilers, but with, in this case, diesel and stuff like that. But most important of all, they have oil. Yes, they are gonna add oil, and this is amazing. I do have to load probably new chunks, maybe. I don't really know. I have no idea how any of these machines work. But as you can see, we can make pump jacks to extract crude oil. I'm probably gonna have some refineries and some crazy shenanigans going on. Like they're I do need a lot of resources to do this, but I'm so excited because this is gonna be amazing. Oh, and of course, finally, as I just make my new steel armor from Create the Factory Must Grow, I also added the cosmetic armor options, so I can just toggle this off, and I still have the protection from the armor, but well, you can see my skin, and I guess, most importantly, the glasses don't cover my eyes, because I think it's super annoying. But I guess we can still play the game like this. I feel like this is a good trade-off, you know, just toggle off the helmet and the goggles don't immediately go into the front of my eyes. But factory working is all fine and dandy, but we're still in the early games of Minecraft. We haven't killed the Ender Dragon, and we haven't really explored the Nether for that being. So let's go ahead and craft ourselves an explorer's compass, and then we going to explore the Nether. And thanks to this amazing compass, we can just immediately search for a Nether fortress, because that's one of the first places we need to go. Well, got me some Eyes of Ender, and now I do believe it's time to get up in our amazing helicopter and search for the fortress. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. And yes, I know I do not have enough eyes to, well, put it in the portal, but I mainly wanted to come here, get a waystone, and then go back out. And there's also a bunch of now very cool ancient tomes in those libraries, as you can see. These will become really, really handy. Like I can put looting 4 on my sword. That's pretty good. But I now need to go back into the Nether using this looting 4 that I'm just gonna go ahead and enchant real quick and get all the necessary items. And this is level 30. I don't have level 30. So here we go. Well, all the crystals are down. The only thing left is the dragon. And it shouldn't be that hard, you know. Because he shouldn't kill me. And I do still have a lot of arrows. And this should be the final shot. And boom! Ender Dragon down. Man, isn't this a bad spawn from one of those gates? Like, come on, bro, really? You didn't have any place better to just send me? Well, luckily, I brought my trusted helicopter, and I do believe, yes, we do have an end city just up ahead, so we just need to fly over there. Well, it's a bad end city, so I guess we'll just have to search for the bigger one. Well, this one is much more like it. I guess we'll just take the fastest route into here. Now, hopefully they're not super aggressive towards me, so I guess I'll just go from the front. And it should be okay. But now that we are starting to get some resources, and I can start to do some decorations, as you guys can see. And I think this looks pretty similar to the one from Satisfactory. You know, just the items don't actually come from the front, they actually come from the back, but it's alright, you know, it's alright. And we have gotten a decent amount of iron and copper. So this guy was definitely worth our time. But with that said, that is all the time we're gonna have for today. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. And see ya in the next one. Bye.